And welcome to Sussex Central High School. We're at the Castle, ladies and gentlemen, for the Sussex Central homecoming, and Cape Henlopen's in town, and the Vikings come in 2-5. Sussex Central 6-1, and it's a big Henlopen Conference Northern Division matchup. Folks, you're watching the Settle Concepts pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Dan Messina. And Dan, this big game here for especially for Sussex Central. I think the biggest thing is they can't get caught napping. This is they're playing a 2-5 team, and they still want to get caught sleeping and find themselves out of the state tournament. I think right now, they're probably a safe bet for the state tournament right now, as long as they don't stub their toe along the way. Yeah, I agree. This is one of those catch yourself napping games, but I don't think Coach Wells is going to let that happen. They were out here pretty pumped up during warm-ups, so this should be a great game, great matchup, because this is a big rivalry, and you can throw those records out the door. Both teams are going to show up here to play, and we're ready for a good one. And the Vikings come in 2-5, 0-3 in the North. Sussex Central 6-1 overall. 2-1 in the North. With Smyrna only with Polytech left to play, even with a loss, they win the head-to-head matchup. So Smyrna's going to be your Henlopen Conference Northern Division champions. That means Sussex Central has to get in the back way, through the back door as an at-large. And they're sitting good right now. They're coming into today's game. They're tied with Slays A&M for the second most points, would be second seed. And Sally's played last night. They start to play their game. Right. They, Sally still has a tougher road with the last two games versus their opponents, but and Sussex Central has pretty much a easier way to get to the back door. Well, we'll start with the Knights. With the Vikings. How did they get to 2-5? They opened the season, they crossed the Bay, and they beat Lower Cape May Regional 36-6. Then came home to an undefeated Suitland team out of Maryland, losing 40-0. And then their last non-conference game in the preseason or in the early part of the season, beating Northeast out of Maryland 28-22. And since then, it's just been a string of losses for the Vikings. Smyrna 54-21, Polytech 13-10, Caesar Rodney 27-6, and the heartbreaker last week, the loss in overtime on the missed PAT. That's a tough pill to swallow last week, because the offense was sputtering a little bit with the freshman quarterback. I felt last week he kind of got a little more comfortable. It felt more comfortable on the offense. They put up, as you see, more points, so they started to roll, but just couldn't nail it down. For the Golden Knights, they started the season off, and we had that game against Hodgson. They beat Hodgson 20-7. Hodgson, that's their only loss so far this season. Queen Anne's out of Maryland, they just gave Cape another bonus point. Man, it is windy up here, Dan. Yeah. They just got their 7th win last night, giving Cape another bonus point. Sussex Central, big win over Caravelle, 21-12. Then beating Dover 42-7. The squeaker over Sussex Tech that we had here on 302 Sports, 14-6. Then they drop to Smyrna, and then they give Polytech their first conference loss, 29-6. And here we are coming into week number 8, and they're sitting at 6-1 and looking pretty good for the state tournament. Yeah, and this is the time to get hot, and they're moving right along. I think we'll see a lot of Coach Wells. I think it's going to be running the sweep. You'll find they'll sweep to Cape's strength, trying to suck that defense in and counter back the other way later on in the game, and then they'll throw some dink and dunk passing in there to mix it up. And under center will be Isaac Barnes, the junior, 6'1", 165, and
Like you said, they run the sweep, they run the counter real well, and they run the dive. But when he does throw it, his favorite target is his twin brother, Isaiah Barnes. And I had to stick them the eye-to-eye connection, Isaac Barnes and Isaiah Barnes. The eye-to-eye connection here at Sussex Central High School.
Because they have a lot of practice throwing at each other.
Yeah, so
you throw where you're comfortable, and that's a comfortable spot for him. So we'll see how that works.
For the Vikings, it's the freshman quarterback, and Sam Jones. And Sam Jones he's a choice student. He's played at Millsboro Middle last year, and he was the topic of a float out here today, as we saw. His jersey number on the float as the door slammed it shut. So he gets not so much of a warm welcome back to Sussex Central today. But he's starting to pick it up, throwing for 43%, completing 43% of his passes, 17 of 40. Had his first touchdown pass last week against Milford. And they spread the ball around. Ashby, 520 yards. Colby Wright, 497. And then the one guy I think maybe should get more touches is JoJo Kirby.
I agree.
34 carries, 158 yards.
I agree. JoJo needs to touch the ball more, but they have the three-headed monster. The wing tee gives them the opportunity and makes Jones be more and more comfortable in this offense. So we should see a heavy dose of Colby Wright and Ben Ashby today, and hopefully Cape can play their game.
Folks, it's time for our Dream Scouting Network players to watch. The Dream Scouting Network players to watch, and we'll start off right with Cape Henlopen. And funny story about this picture here is apparently Coach Collett got Witherspoon mixed up with Ben Weatherspoon. I was supposed to have a picture of Ben Weatherspoon, but I got Kenny Witherspoon. But we'll talk about Ben Weatherspoon first. Kenny Weatherspoon Ben Weatherspoon first. He had the big touchdown, pick 6 against Smyrna, and he's got to be key today. He has got to set the edge for Cape Henlopen.
Absolutely.
Kenny Witherspoon does play some defense. He has 33 tackles this year. So, and the other guy we want to watch is JoJo Kirby. I think that's a guy, and we might want to start giving him 20, 25 touches. And, he could be a surprise. He runs the ball real well coming off on that counter, and sometimes that sweep off the wing.
Yep, and he plays defense pretty well, too. He's another two-way guy, so keep your eye on him.
For Sussex Central, our players to watch, the linebacker, number 15, Brian Evans. Brian Evans was our player of the game, our Louis Pizza player of the game against Sussex Tech. He is all over the field. He's a big kid. He's a force out there. Brian Evans is key to this Sussex Central defense at linebacker.
Absolutely, he throws the hammer. He leads that defense, and the defense follows him. So look for him to have a big day today.
And number 21, Tyjier Shepard. He had a big game against Sussex Tech. He is like JoJo Kirby. He doesn't get a lot of touches. When he does touch the ball, he makes things happen. He too runs that same counter. Sometimes that sweep coming off the wing. I think this young guy, Tyjier Shepard, can spell some of these other Central running backs.
Absolutely. It's opportunity. Young guys getting their opportunity at the varsity level. So now, for a couple of years to come now, you're gonna see more and more of him.
So, folks, we'll have a little bit more of the Sodell Concepts pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Dan Messina. We'll be right back after these commercial timeouts.
Fish on in Lewis in the Villages of Five Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, downtown Rehoboth. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our street top deck has the best happy hour. Matt's Fishing Inn. Beautiful, simple food. Make it for better. See you soon. So the concept. Come check us out.
Locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis. We serve up traditional coastal fare, breakfast fare, and specialties like mussel pancakes, lobster rolls, and fried seasonings, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, daily selection of fresh catfish. That's fish camp, 7 dinners, 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon.
Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our banner for today's game, Cape Henlopen and Sussex Central. And Dan, right there, that's 64 years worth of coaching.
Yeah, that's a lot of coaching there.
Bill Collick 42nd year, and he told me, he confirmed it on Thursday. This is it. This is his last year. He is retiring after 42 years of coaching. That includes Del State, assistant at Cape Henlopen, Sussex Tech, had to stint at Sussex Tech. So Bill Collick, retirement 40 years, and you got John Wells, 22 years as the head coach. He told me the other day on Thursday, he remembers walking into his first all-conference meeting and thought, man, with all these old guys, I'm never going to get a ball on this team. So John Wells been there a long time, looking to get his Knights back in the state tournament. So let's talk about today's keys to the game. For Sussex Central, for Cape Henlopen, they have to win the battle in the trenches. They have to establish the line of scrimmage and be able to get the ball moving downfield. Defensively, get off the field on third down. No penalties, no long runs. They can't let Sussex Central just move the ball down the field slowly and eat up clock. And finally, the last thing key for Cape Henlopen is win field position. They want to be playing on Sussex Central's half of the field. They don't want to put themselves in a lot of third and long. And as you said a couple weeks ago, they got to be freshman friendly, and that's part of field position.
Yep, absolutely.
For the Sussex Central Golden Knights, they need to establish the run. You talked about it with the sweep, the dive, sets up the counter. By establishing the run, they're going to be able to throw the ball a little bit, and we'll maybe see the eye-to-eye connection. Number 2, force Cape to throw the football. He's throwing more, he's becoming more successful. But the freshman, Samuel Jones, you got to make him uncomfortable. You got to put him in positions where he has to throw the ball. And finally, and big, this really goes both ways, but we saw a little bit of chippiness in the Sussex Tech game. Sussex Central has to control their emotions. No personal fouls. You can't let any, fourth and shorts turn into penalties.
Right.
And don't go these stops on third down. We notice it has a little bit of rivalry to it. The districts border each other. The kids all know each other. And they just have to control their emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're facing a team 2 and 5 that isn't playing for anything. So it's a lot easier to get sucked into that and cause an issue. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Folks, we have a couple scores we'll be looking at today. DMA and Conrad, DMA and Tower Hill and Conrad will be getting it on today. We have very few scores. This is a Saturday, and not a lot of Henlopen Conference games on Saturday. At the end of the, Dan won. Yellow Jacket won, Dan 0. Because we have a friend in the press box with us. At the end of the game, we will select a Louis Player of the Game. Louis Pizza Player of the Game. Louis Pizza, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, home of the Grinder.
There we go. Now we got him.
Also sponsoring us through this football season is Delaware Self-Defense Academy. Royce Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. That's Ronnie Wiest out of Smyrna. Delaware Self-Defense Academy. And as always, Sodell Concepts. And you're on the Sodell Concepts pre-game show with Benny Mitchell and Dan Messina. Folks, we're going to take a time out. We're going to come right back with more of the pre-game show and some Sussex Central High School marching band.
Sodell Concepts.
I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackfish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
That's all the horse I need.
Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out and see us soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School, folks. It's time for the Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Care Turf Report. We're playing on what's called an athletic mesh. Really didn't get an explanation what that was.
Yeah.
It's grass thick and it's dry today, I can tell you that much. Right now in Georgetown, 71 degrees, very sunny out, beautiful, beautiful day. We are looking at about 18 to 20 mile-an-hour winds. They're blowing from left to right. So that is, I noticed when we were down on the field for the kicking pregame, the Cape kicker was struggling to put it in to the left side. So, folks, we're going to take a break here. We're going to cut away and play our national anthem.
Ready for you.
Waiting on you, Bart.
Quiet.
Sussex Central Band with the national anthem. Folks, if you hear us start laughing in the press box, please excuse us. We're being entertained by public announcer Joe Booth. Joe Booth was a member of the 1978 national championship team? 79 national championship team at the University of Delaware. So, and trust me, when I tell you we're being entertained, we are being entertained by Joe Booth. And Joe, be careful. I'll tell the story about how you jumped off sides in the national championship game. Oops. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Joe was one of my coaches here at Sussex Central back in the 80s. So homecoming, actually a homecoming a little bit for myself here at Sussex Central High School as an alumni. I want to make an announcement. Mr. John Hall asked me to make an announcement that they are starting a Sussex Central Alumni Association. You can find them on Facebook. It's an open page, a public page under Sussex Central Alumni Association. So if you're a former Sussex Central player, student, look that up, and they're looking to raise money for their students and here at Sussex Central High
School. They'll take anybody because they try to recruit me.
They got me coming in the gate.
They try to get me coming in the gate.
And I actually went here, and I was surprised that they even wanted me back. Been a long time, been a long 40-some, almost 40 years. So we are waiting for the coin toss here as the Knights and the Vikings getting ready to get it on. And I said, like we talked about last night, these two teams will get after each other.
Absolutely.
Expect a hard-hitting game. Could be a close one. I could see where Cape could keep this close. I don't see how Cape could win a blowout because they don't put enough points on the board throughout the year. But I can see where Sussex Central can tune it up. But I expect to be a hard-hitting and maybe a close game here today. I keep saying that. I'm so used to it.
Yep. Well, I tell you, to go back to you said about the Cape kicker struggling, this is one of the, I think the only field probably in the region that is not either Bermuda or turf. So there's a lot of divots and things on this turf. So, and I don't think he's accustomed to that. You know, young guy. He hasn't been here yet. He's only a sophomore, so his first time here. So
they have a new holder today too. They lost their holder.
That's right.
So here we go. Russell Sussex, or excuse me, Cape Henlopen has won the toss. They are going to defer to the second half. And the Golden Knights are going to take the ball, sure, and they are. The Sussex Central Golden Knights will take the ball. So we'll start off with Sussex Central on offense to start the game. And they're going to defend. They're going to take the win here in the first quarter.
Which surprises me. I thought you'd want to take it in the fourth quarter if it comes down to that.
Sussex Central, they are in the all royal blue today. Cape Henlopen in the white helmets, white jerseys, powder blue pants.
Columbia blue. They always want to correct you. They correct me when I say it.
And we were told that the Cape crowd's starting to fill in, and we're told the band will be a little late. They are at the Sea Witch Festival.
Yep, they were marching in the Sea Witch Festival today, and probably a lot of the fans were there as well. So
and here come the Cape Henlopen Vikings and the Sussex Central Golden Knights. So it's time to get it on here, folks. Sussex Central High School, Cape Henlopen, Henlopen North, 1 o'clock Saturday matinee football in Sussex County. And if you're lucky, we might even get, if Central's leading late, we might get Joe Booth to sing the fight song.
I think they're singing it already here. Right.
Yeah. We are going to be entertained in the press box today.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun.
The Tommy Marvel, Joe Booth show, folks. On our camera today, folks, it's Trey Mitchell, Nick Halliday up in Wilmington producing the show, and me and Dan Messina have the call here in Georgetown. Actually, right between Georgetown and Millsboro. On the tee up the ball is number 9, Hunter Simmons. Hunter Simmons had a great start to the season.
He did.
And then he kind of started to struggle. This wind's changed direction.
Yeah, the ball already fell off the tee.
The wind is now blowing towards us. It was blowing from left to right, so.
Yeah, Hunter, he's got a great foot, but he's struggled here the last couple of games.
Here we go, Knights, Vikings, and the ball falls off the tee again, so
yeah,
somebody hold that ball.
Yep.
And that's going to bring in number 16, Malachi Jones, who will be the holder. Back deep for the Knights, 21, Tajir Shepard, and number 1, Jamaica Jacobs. So we got a holder, so we're about to get underway, folks, here at Sussex Central High School, Henlopen Conference, Northern Division action. And there's the kick. High kick bounces about the 21-yard line, taken by number 20, Zion Reed. So Sussex Central, they'll start. 1st and 10. Going to mark the ball at the, appears to be the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 at their own 47.
Well, we'll see how the Cape defense starts off here today.
And there's the ready to play whistle. So first play, under center is Barnes. Wing T formation. Reed goes in motion, and it's going to be look the pass right away.
Wow, right away.
Twin brother, off his fingertips.
Curtis Purnell on the coverage there.
He had the step.
He did.
And he had the ball right off his fingertips. So Sussex Central looking to throw downfield early. And we thought they would wear them out and try to get them to start looking in the back.
I thought so, but I think they were trying to just,
Second and 10 for Sussex Central.
That's why we're up here and they're down there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a handoff to Morris. He's going to pick up about.
I think he got the first down.
It's going to be a first down.
And another field without hash marks.
So pickup of 11 on the play. First and 10 for Sussex Central at their own 48-yard line. And that's going to be Zion Reed, left tackle, makes a move, and then hit by Ashby and take it down. But that's going to be enough for another Central first down.
Yeah, the Knights threw the pass to open it up a little bit and loosen up the defense, and now they're getting big chunks on the sweep.
Ball will be at the Sussex Central 37-yard line. Barnes hands off to Morris again. Morris cuts it up, nowhere to go. That's number 75, Jake Osborne. And number 67, Jonah Robertson on the tackle. Loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a second and 12 from the 39-yard line. Or the 40.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Wells just run the sweep back and forth, and finally Cape could come up and make a stop here.
So we'll probably see a little guard trap, a little dive before they hit the counter and start throwing the ball. There's the guard trap.
There's the trap.
So that's number 8. J-Ron Curtis with the carry. He's got enough for a first down. Gain of 16 on the play. First and 10. Sussex Central at about the 23-yard line. They can't make that gain of 17. Like with a short wing to the right. Nice. That's Morris on the sweep on the right side. Tackle made by number 80.
Big flag came in late.
Weathersby.
Curtis Purnell did a great job coming up from the and setting the edge, forcing that play there. So that was a good job coming up and making the play.
That's going to be a holding penalty. He's going to make it a second and 20 back at the 33. The ball will be back to the 31-yard line. The Cape 31. They'll bring up a second and 19. That'll be a first and 19.
And here they run the trap again.
Curtis pushes down inside the 25. Carries the ball back down to the original, close to the original line of scrimmage at the 24. Gain of 7 for Curtis.
Colby right in on the tackle there.
Second and 11 for Cape Sussex Central. And it's Curtis again, right side, and he's going to get inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line.
Huge hole opened up by that offensive line that time.
I mean, so that's something Central has to do. They have to win the line of scrimmage.
You know, the defensive line of Cape, size-wise, looks much bigger, but the Knights are just manhandling him right now.
Third and 4 from the 17. The Gold Knights are in the red zone for the first time today on their first possession. And it's going to be Curtis up the middle. Tackle made by number 10, Zach Dale, 77 Burden. Short gain on the play. We'll call it a gain of 2. Curtis.
That surprised me. They were having a lot of success on the right side of the field. I thought they would go back to it.
Called a gain of 1. 4th and 3 at the 16.
Watch the waggle here.
Wishbone formation.
Did he? I don't think he got it. No.
He's not going to get it. That was Morris on the carry.
Great stop by the defense.
Maybe a loss on the play.
And the Knights got away with. He was moving in the backfield. It wasn't called. So
Sussex or Cape Henlopen takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Their first series down. Yeah, with the right running back there in the wishbone, kind of jerked forward, but no call on the play. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Sam Jones under center, the freshman. Colby Wright and in the backfield at fullback. I cannot see the other number. I think that's JoJo Kirby. And it's going to be Wright on the carry.
Wow, that was a.
I wasn't quite sure he was down.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a quick whistle because I didn't see his knee touch the ground.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and down and 6 from their own 19-yard line. Wright and Kirby in the backfield, and that's going to be Wright again, pushing the pile.
Yep. Seems both teams having early success with the trap.
Tackle made by number 82. I don't have an 82 on this counter. It's going to be a pickup of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 24, their own 24-yard line. Single back in the backfield. Ashby goes in motion, and we're going to have a flag on the play. And we're going to have a little procedure on the Vikings.
Just a little too antsy here early on.
That's going to move the ball back to the 19-yard line. 3rd and 6 from the 19, and after those first couple plays, not where they want to be. So both teams hurt themselves with penalties here in the first drive. Vikings are taking a 3rd and 6. Right, the lone back in the backfield. Seems to be some confusion on where they want to be. Ashby backs up into the backfield with Wright. Probably going to be a sweep. It's going to be a jet sweep coming back and
wow. Half the Cape moved, half didn't. They didn't know the snap count. So there was miscommunication on the snap count there.
That was number 54 on the tackle. William Eskridge lit him up. Loss of 3 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 9 from their own 16. So too much penetration, I thought. On that.
Well, half the line moved. I don't think Cape really understood the snap count. Somebody forgot it. The right side of the line didn't move.
Dale on the punt, kicking into the wind. It's a floater. It's going to bounce, goes out of bounds. Right about the 45, 44. Wait for Mr. Referee to stop. At their own 41-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Sussex Central. At the Cape 41-yard line.
Yeah, tough to be kicking into that wind now and putting their defense in a bind here. Short field for the Knights.
5:28 to play here in the first quarter. Sussex Central on their 2nd possession. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Cape Henlopen 41. So 2 of the things we already talked about, win the line of scrimmage, which Cape appeared to be doing early, but field position was the other one, and right now Sussex Central owning the field position early in this game. Barnes under center, and it's going to be a handoff to Morris, sweep around the right end, elusive tackle, and it's going to be taken down by Dale. Pickup of 6 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4. So, like you said, Central's going to come in and establish that sweep, and that's pretty much that. A couple dives.
Yeah.
And 1 trap. And we're going to have a timeout.
And we had the 1 pass at the beginning of the game.
We have a player down on the field. Morris slow getting up after carrying the ball.
Our commentator battery next to us just said that Coach Wells only knows 5 plays.
Sussex Central people are tough, man. They are tough.
Yeah.
But you got 5 good ones, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
2nd and 4 for the Knights. And that's going to be Barnes on the keeper. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Dale and number 30, Zaire Brittingham. Also on that tackle, number 83, Kenneth Witherspoon. No gain on the play for Barnes. Brings up a 3rd and 4.
Cape's defense is playing tough.
And it's going to be a handoff to number 21, Shepard. He's got the 1st down. Ball's going to be placed at the 28-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Shepard was one of our players to watch in the game.
Yep.
He comes in as Morris up and walking around now on the sideline. Injured on his last run. And I think we're going to have an
Some people were jumping there. They call on the defense. Yeah, encroachment.
Somewhere on the
I thought someone flinched on the offensive line, but.
It's going to bring up a 1st and 5 at the 23.
Ball is spotted at the 24-yard line.
It's going to be a handoff to Curtis. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Dale. Dives ahead, pickup of about 3 on the play.
Zach Dale got good penetration, was able to get a piece of him.
2nd and 2 from the 21. Dale was in there, he tripped him up. Curtis able to gain his feet long enough to still got a couple yards. Barnes under center. And another handoff to Curtis, right side. He's down inside the 15, inside the 10, dragging Dale and Ashby with him. That's going to be a 1st down. Ashby and Dale on the tackle. Ball down at the 8-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play. And that was a tough 13.
That was. He kept his feet moving. You know, and I think part of that was the DB was when he grabbed him was trying to stop his momentum instead of just making yourself dead weight and making him drag you.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. 1st and goal for the Golden Knights at the 8-yard line. Wishbone formation. Hand off to Reed. Left side. He's got the running
touchdown.
Touchdown, Zion Reed. So Sussex Central strikes first.
And Kenny Witherspoon there, he just lost contain on the outside there and let the back get outside of him.
There's 2 wing team pulling guards, and one was able to get out and get the hook. On the kick, number 44, Cade Bullock. The holder is number 2, Isaiah Barnes. It's good. So, folks, we're going to take a timeout with your score, Sussex Central 7, Cape Henlopen 0. We'll be right back.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we're still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, give employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 3577 Kirkwood Island. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image open for business in Wilmington, Delaware.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. First, I want to give a shout out to Lasher's Barbecue. Myself and Trey had a delicious chicken barbecue for the game.
Yeah, it smells good. I'm going to have to try some at halftime.
20 minutes halftime. Yep. Head on down there, absolutely. So if you're on 302 Sports, I'm Benny Mitchell, with me, Dan Messina.
And there's a lot of white containers walking through the stands, I see.
They are selling it up, aren't they? So it's going to be kicking off. It's going to be Bullock.
We'll see how Cape responds to this.
Is Dale, and coming back, looking for some running room out around the 30, and tackle made by Curtis. I'm sorry, no, that was number 2, Barnes. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And the ball will be spotted at their own 33-yard line. So the Vikings, with their second possession of the game, they trail 7-0.
And it's a good starting spot for them here, outside the 30.
Speed sweep with Ashby. And the Knights just stretch it out very well. He's going to lose yards on this.
Great job by number 2 Barnes for stringing it out and forcing it.
Loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Dale had a good block out there, but like you said,
Barnes just his speed was too much.
Second 11, handoff to Colby Wright, and he's going to drag some defenders with him. He's going to pick up about 3 on the play. Gain of 3 is going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Not freshman friendly, but
going to be a 3rd
and this is a definite passing down here.
Third and 7 for the Vikings. Ashby goes in motion. A counter coming back to Burby. He's got some running room. Big hit. Number 82.
Burby had a lot of room. He had a lot of room to the outside, and he tried to cut it back into the Knights' defense. I think if he stayed to the outside, he had more room outside because the corners separate.
That was Curtis Purnell on the carry. Pick up of 2 on the play, 3 on the play.
Yeah, the corner sucked himself in, and the running back just made the cut too early.
Right. We got to find out who number 82 is. We don't have him on the roster. That's Elijah Moore on the tackle. Thank you, Joe Booth, for that. We don't have him on our roster. So, on the punt, see, we have referees in different spots, so it's going to end up being at the 48-yard line.
Wow, that's two. Really, the wind has really gotten the best of the punts.
And now it's going to end up at the 49. The 1st and 10 at their own 49. First and 10 for the Golden Knights. They lead 7-0 here.
And we'll see here.
And that's going to be a handoff to Curtis. And he's going to have enough for a first down. They're riding the fullback train right now.
They are. Well, why not? You're getting 10 yards a clip.
And now they're going to say it's a 9-yard carry. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. And that's going to be, of course, a crazy little field spotting here going on, but we're going to take a timeout as this quarter ends. Sussex Central 7, Cape Henlopen 0.
6 Astro Shopping Center, Newark. Day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. Great fun-filled environment that's kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all sizes, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world Shooters wings, which are the official wings of fro2sports.com. 79 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools, promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Milk Creek Shopping Center, 3577 Brookwood Highway. Unique image, doing big.
And welcome back again. I didn't get to finish my thought on that last year's barbecue. And let me tell you something, you're going to enjoy it when you go down there, Dan. It's and I'd trade, that was a huge piece of chicken too. All right, big old thigh and last year's barbecue.
Now you're getting me hungry. I still got a whole quarter to go.
Well, they're running the ball, so it'll probably go fast.
Yeah. What do we have? One pass in the quarter?
Yep. We go 1st and 10, or excuse me, 2nd and 1 for the Vikings, or for the Knights. I'm getting all confused here. And it's going to be a handoff to Morris. He's got enough for the first down. And he's going to bring a tackle. He's got Dale to beat. Dale breaks the tackle, knocked out of bounds. Touchdown for Morris. 42-yard touchdown run.
42-yard touchdown run by Morris.
Once he got through that first wave, you know.
Dale looked like he had him from behind. He just stepped away.
Yep. He left his feet.
So on the kick is Bullock, Kate Bullock, kicker. Isaac Barnes will hold. Or excuse me, Isaiah Barnes will hold. And we're going to have all sides on Cape Henlopen. So the Knights will go for 2 here.
I just you got Ben Ashby, you got some of your starters out on the PAT. We had Cape against CR.
Right.
Those guys were getting gassed in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And you look for a place to rest a guy like that.
Right.
And here's an opportunity.
Yeah, about 2 minute rest
because there's a kid that motor's going 100 miles an hour all the time. Like he's still trying to block that kick. It's a great opportunity for them to rest the guy.
Right.
And now they'll go for 2 with the penalty.
The full house backfield.
And they'll do the same thing.
And it's going to be no good, so our score's going to stay 13-0.
Wow.
Here in the second quarter with 11:50 to go, folks. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Wow.
Boosters will have a chance for Eagle tickets to go up the Eagle tickets. The game is on November the 26th. You buy 1 ticket for $5 or 3 tickets for 10. I assume the tickets are at the...
And welcome back to Georgetown, Delaware, folks. We're at the Castle. Sussex Central Golden Knights, they lead 13-0 with 11:50 to play here in the second quarter. And Dan, this is where Cape can't let this game slip away from them.
It's slipping fast.
They got to get it together. They got the ball here, and take a long drive and maybe get a score in here before the half.
Yep, and you start the second half with the ball. So get a nice long Cape type drive.
Right.
Come down and score, and start next half with the ball, and you're still in this ball game.
Back deep, Ashby and Dale for the Vikings. Bullock to kick, and kicks the ball down to about the 15, where it's taken by Ashby. Ashby looking for running side on the left, running room on the left side, and that's going to be a hit. Number 17 on the tackle, Josiah Blake with a big hit.
Big hit. I thought Ashby had a little more room to. I thought he was, and then he came out of nowhere.
So it's gonna be first.
Well, again, I do have something blocking my vision here.
Yeah, that big wall.
So we'll see. I don't think Cape needs to hit that panic button just yet.
Yeah, not yet. 13-0, still manageable. Jones under center. Had some movement, but no call. That's going to be Cornell, left side, nowhere to go. That's number 15, Evans on the tackle. And number 11, Barnes. And also in there, number 20.
It looks to me that only half of Cape's offensive line knows what the snap count is. Because they're about a second behind, and they're not moving.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 from the 23. And we have a timeout, Cape Henlopen. So you might be on to something there, Dan.
Yeah. It cost them down in the third down play there, and it's about the third time today that's happened to them.
So Cape takes the first time out of the game. We're going to stay right here with the action, folks. 13-0.
It's very loud here in the castle. They open that door, they suck you in, and then they close the door and lock it behind you.
Big homecoming crowd here. You can see the Cape Henlopen band. Cape Henlopen brought a decent side crowd for a Saturday afternoon game with all.
Considering everybody's down at Seawitch, they certainly did. All in costume over there from
the band's all in costume. You see the state police on their horses across the way.
Oh yeah. We had that last night, too. I noticed that at CR.
So coming in off the timeout, ready to play whistle. 2nd and 12 for the Vikings. And it's going to be a counter with Ashby. And he's going to get it out across the 30 to the 31. The gain of 7 on the play by Ashby.
Hey, we got to go back to what was working that first series. They were getting some yards. I mean, the penalty shot them in the foot, but it seems the center of that the Knights line is kind of the weak link there, where they're getting some penetration.
Gonna be a handoff to right, and he's got nowhere to go. Stacked up.
I guess they heard me and didn't like it.
Right.
They heard me say that, so they stepped up, made a big play there.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 4 at the 31. And on comes the punt team. So Vikings, 3 possessions, 3 punts so far in this game.
And we'll have to see is it the punter having an issue today, or was it the wind?
Yeah, it should be punting with the wind to his back now. Strong wind to his back. Back to punt is Dale, the left footer. And he gets a high floater. And
wow, he dropped
Barnes drops it, takes it at the 20. And he's going to get it out across the 30.
Wow, he had 4 Vikings surrounding him. Right. He managed to cut loose.
Got about 14 on the return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Sussex Central again. Pretty good field position. The ball's going to be out. This will be about the 33-yard line.
It's about their worst start of the game,
right?
Field position wise.
Here come the Knights. First and 10 at their own 33. They lead 13-0. And it's going to be a handoff to Reed. Right, left side. Got some running room. And tackle made by Ashby. And number 83, Witherspoon. And flags on the flag.
Flag. I think that was on 42, Kobe Wright.
It's a pickup of about 5 on the play.
Everybody's pointing in other directions, so. So.
What if this is going to be offsetting? Because there's a big conversation for just a simple personal foul. We got a personal foul on the Vikings and a personal foul on the Knights, and I hate that call because he did nothing but waste time.
That's right.
So, no play, and we'll repeat first down. The first and 10 at the 33. And that's what we talked about in the pregame. Control your emotions.
Right. Because it's easy to get sucked in when you're playing a team that doesn't have anything to play for.
Right.
They kind of suck you in, and you got to play and play your game.
Hey, so we do first and 10 over again. Barnes under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Morris this time. Cuts back inside, and he's going to pick up about 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. And Coach Shalwell's just taking his time with the offense.
Well, he's got a 13-point lead. He's in no rush. He's got plenty of time, and
2nd and 8. And it's going to be Curtis around the left side. And he's going to be wrapped up at 47. Patrick Tack. And he may lose a yard on the play. Big tackle by Tack there.
That was huge there. That was huge.
Brings the ball back to the 35. It's going to be a 3rd and 8.
And I tell you, I'm keeping my eye on Ashby, the safety. They're sucking him in. If you watch him, he starts stepping up, and they're sucking him in. And you watch Coach Wells going to try to go back to that well. No pun intended.
Right.
Go back to the well again.
3rd and 8 for Sussex Central. Barnes split wide to the right.
He's inside 7 yards.
And it's going to be crisscross with Morris has the ball and takes it out across the 40 to the 40. Gain of 5 on the play. So 4th and 3 for Sussex Central.
And now they're coming to hurry up.
And it's going to be Curtis left side. He's got the first down. Tackle made by number 56, Aaron Burton. Gets the ball out to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
They went to the hurry up, and Cape's defense just didn't get set.
Right.
And
Knights in midfield, 1st and 10. And it's going to be Barnes dropping back under pressure. Wrapped up by down by number 83, Witherspoon. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11.
Couldn't see down the field.
Right.
Trying to.
2nd and 11. Witherspoon picked him up.
Yeah, just body slamming. Yeah, WWF style.
Right. 2nd and 11 for the Knights. At their own 47. As Curtis up the middle, bounces off a tackle. And then number 47, Tack, brings him to the ground, but not after he picks up about 6 yards.
He bounced off one guy and just like a pinball.
Right.
Kept his feet moving.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Gain of 6 on the play. They've crossed midfield.
A little more third and manageable.
Barnes split to the short side of the field. Reed and Curtis in the backfield. Vikings showing blitz. Curtis off the right side, and he might have enough for a first down. Number 30, Zaire Brittingham, got the death grip on him as he...
4th and short. I'm surprised they're not going hurry up again.
Gain of 4 on the play.
There we go.
Quarterback sneak with Barnes.
Up.
They're saying he fumbled. Cape football. Turnover.
Wow. We see the official making the call.
Well, the referee on our side came in and showed Central ball or Cape ball. But now this ref wants a measurement. What we thought was a fumble wasn't. We had one referee saying fumble, another referee marking the ball, and then the white hat comes in and wants a measurement.
Right. And the Cape defense is staying out. The offense for Central came off the field. Nope, it's way short.
Turnover. With 5:42 to go.
This will be the best start for Cape.
Yeah. We said they needed to win field position. This is the best start they had. And the quarterback, Sam Jones, comes on the field excited. We got good field position. We got a turnover on downs. Let's get one in.
5:42 left and plenty of time for Cape to work their regular offense.
Right.
No hurry and go down and, cut into this lead.
Dale split to the left. Right in the backfield. That's going to be 22. Slips and falls. And if Sean Brennan was here, he'd say, don't cut on the outside foot. And that's what happened there with number 22. Loss of 2 on the play brings up a 2nd and 12.
And I tell you, a lot of these kids, they're not used to playing on a field like this, so most of them don't have, their cleats are more designed for turf or that Bermuda. When you get on this turf, I always felt like you needed those big, tall spikes, to get in there and hold your footing.
Wide to the left, right in the backfield. And looks for the quick pass out to Dale. He's got it complete and a gain of about 5 on the play.
Good short throw, get him comfortable.
3rd and 7. Third and 7 for the Vikings. Big down here with 4:30 to play in the first half, trailing 13-0. This time Dale splits wide to the right. Quick drop.
It is. He's open.
Got a man open. Down. He throws it short. Incomplete.
Yeah, it was late. It was down. He's a freshman. I just, my problem with Cape is they're making it force him to throw the ball long. Shorten it up, get him a little comfortable. I know they went with that little screen, but you don't have to throw a 10, 12-yard slant. Throw it at 4 or 5 yards.
4th and 7 for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Nice punt, Dale. Beautiful punt down about the 6-yard line. That's where Barnes will take it, picks up a block, and gets it out to the 20-yard line.
Wow.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. Nice punt by Dale.
That was beautiful.
It down inside the 10.
Beautiful punt. I was surprised that he took it so deep. He caught that at the 5?
Right.
running to the 21-yard line.
Sussex Central will take over a 1st and 10 at their own 20. They lead 13-0. We're on 302 Sports here with Benny Mitchell and Dan Messina. A Saturday matinee game here at Sussex Central's homecoming.
Let's see if Kate can get a
sweep off the right side, cuts it back inside. Patrick Tack from behind makes a big tackle there. Check that, Colby Wright, number 42. Gain of 4 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 6.
Cape defense needs to stay tough here.
Yeah, they could get, if they can hold them here, they get pretty good field position.
Yeah.
Reed and Curtis in the backfield. Barnes split to the left. Hand off to Reed, and he's going to be taken down from behind. Colby Wright again. All right, correction, that was number 52, DeMarcus Perry. Loss of 1
Great
on the
penetration that time.
Brings up a 3rd and 7.
And again, Ashby up almost even with the corners. Playing safety even with the corners.
Right.
And I know they're not a passing offense, but if the opportunity's there.
They should. First play of the game, they aired it out.
Yeah.
There's that
counter. That hole was huge.
Reed, tackle made by 22 Purnell.
That hole was wide over here. Joby Truck through that hole. A great job by the offensive line.
Pick up a 10 on the clock. The ball's going to be at the 30. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
Chicken fries need to close off $8. There's a thing to a football losing by getting that chicken fries.
Morris around the right side, cuts it back to the inside, has some running room out across the 40. He's going to pick up 11 on the play. Enough for a 1st down. Gain of 13 on the play. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Yep. Here comes that pass.
Barnes says a stop pass to his brother Isaiah Barnes.
And again, if you watch that play, you saw the safety was too far up. He had no chance. There's no help. Barnes breaks that. He scores.
Right. 2nd and 3. Gain of 7 on the play. Under 2 minutes to go here in the game. Sussex Central takes their 1st time out. So we're going to stay right here with it, Dan. And Central, just under 2 minutes to go. They're starting to show a little bit of their passing game. And Coach Wells, does he look to break one here on the ground or send it to the field?
I think he's trying to loosen it up. He sees the safeties walking up and gonna try to take advantage of that, loosen it up, and that'll open up the running game.
One thing you want to be leery of is that late pick. Through that field and get a pick 6 at the end of the half. So
yeah. But if I'm Sussex Central, I'm looking to score here. Go up, by 3 scores going in the locker room.
2nd and 4, or 2nd and 3 for the Knights. And it's going to be Morris around the right end. He's got the 1st down and some running room. Cuts it back inside. And he's going to be down into Cape Henlopen territory at the 20. We have a flag on the play, so hold up.
Uh-oh.
But not until Morris takes it down to the right end. 26-yard line, but we have a penalty flag on the play.
A hold on Sussex Central.
Against Slow Knights. And that will nullify.
Take away that great run.
Yeah, great run. It's going to take it back to a... It's going to make it a 2nd and... Oh, 2nd and 7.
Penalty, make it 2nd down and 7. Keep it down.
2nd and 7 now. Clock running. Sussex Central still has 2 timeouts. And that was a hold downfield.
Yeah.
You know, not even near where the ball carrier was. So just a mental mistake on the number 52. And handoff. Oh, it's going to be quarterback keeper with Barnes. He's got some running.
Yeah, he's got a blocker.
Cuts inside, cuts outside. He's got the first down inside the 35-yard line. It'll be at the 34. Great run by Barnes.
Yeah, that was a keeper all the way. They're in the hurry up now.
Pickup of 16 on the play. And he's going to spike the ball. So a minute 16 to go. 2nd and 10 for Sussex Central at the Cape 34-yard line. Had 2 timeouts left, so
yeah.
I think they would burn.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have burned a timeout there because they burned about, 10, 12 seconds off the clock.
For Sussex Central. There's a nice stop to pop. With a minute 16 left. In there.
And they moved Ashby over to corner.
Right. There we go. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Barnes drops back. Under pressure, rolls out. He's going to tuck it and run. Inside the 30. Across the 25. Goes out of bounds. And hit right on the line, but no call.
I was surprised that he didn't throw it there because he had number 2, or his brother, wide open. They gave it to him.
Yeah, a little bit.
They had the cushion there,
Ball at the 22-yard line, 12-yard pickup for Barnes. 1st and 10.
And we'll see.
Hand off to Reed on the sweep on the backside. And he's going to be hit by
now you got to burn a timeout here, right? Okay.
And timeout, Sussex Central. And we're going to stay right here with the action, folks. 57 seconds left to play here in the first half.
I don't know if their kicker has the range.
Into the wind.
Yeah, and it's into the wind, so.
So timeout, Sussex Central. Gain of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a...
They really have to keep on their heels right now.
Okay, your raffles for 2 Philadelphia Eagle tickets. You can purchase them from Terry Wilson or Wicked Kickers.
And, we'll see. Cape's got to come out and get some more pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, they got to make a stop here.
Come up with something. Turnover.
3rd and 9. So for Wells to be playing for the first down here with still with a timeout in his pocket.
All right. Yeah, 1 timeout. He's still got 57 seconds. There's plenty of time on the clock for them.
There we go. Comes Sussex Central off the timeout. 2nd and 9. Barnes
he's open. He's open.
It's a wobbler.
Oh.
That's going to be
wow.
In the end zone. Number 16 on the pick. Malachi Jones.
Wow. He was open going down the field. He just got too much air under that ball, and I don't know that the receiver even saw it because he never made a move to try to get it, so it was too late.
Well, it was a bit of a floater. I don't know if it came out of his hand.
Yeah.
It didn't get hit. Anyway, Sussex or Cape Henlopen takes over with 48 seconds, 1st and 10 at their own 20. And what did I say? You had to be careful of throwing down.
Right, you did. You called it. You said. But keeping it close here.
I've seen games turn on that before.
Yep.
So with the wind to his back and 47 seconds to play, let's see if Jones throws the ball downfield. He's not. It's going to be a handoff to right. Tackle made by 2 Barnes. Pickup of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
And they're just going to let the clock run.
I think at this point, you know, Cape's really not played a great offensive half. Right. Just get out of here 13-0. Be glad you're 13-0.
I agree. Just be glad you're done and
maybe break one here or something, but don't make any more. Don't make any mistakes.
Right. Keep the ball on the ground and.
That's right again, up the middle. And he's gonna
just hold on to the ball is all you got to do. And I think that'll be the end of the play here.
Gain of 2 on the play. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. So ladies and gentlemen, at the half, Sussex Central 13. Cape Henlopen 0. We're going to take a couple commercial timeouts and we'll be right back with some Sussex Central High School band and some halftime festivities.
Halftime activities. Homecoming activities, I should say.
He was open. He was wide open. He just threw it up. Yeah. He throws a ball and that's a touchdown. On the field. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's 48th annual Sussex Central Homecoming Halftime Festivities. We're going to give the floats one more round of applause as they pass by. First is the class of 2021, the freshmen. Next we have the sophomore float, the class of 2020. sophomores, the class of 2020. Second float. The third float coming in is the junior class of 2019. Class of 2018. The Sussex Central Student Council would like to begin by thanking the following people for helping to make this afternoon so special for everyone. McGee Motors for lending us the vehicles which our candidates are riding on. Kitty's Flowers in Millsboro for designing beautiful flowers for the court, candidates and queen. And our student council for escorting our candidates from their cars. We also want to thank the Sussex Central Golden Knights Marching Band providing our music. A special thanks goes out to our administration, secretarial, and custodial staff for supporting the student council throughout the entire event, and our superintendent, Mr. Mark Steele, director of special services, Mr. Jay Owens, and Bryce Reed for judging our homecoming courts today. Our school spirit has been flowing through the halls of Sussex Central this week, as well as our pep rally yesterday. And the winners of the Class Yell Spirit Stick during the pep rally were the seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, our homecoming court as they're passing by. Competition this year is the freshman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 2000 Golden Knights Marching Band. A portion of our show is the Songs of Sequels. This afternoon we'll be playing Happy from the Minions and Spider-Man. Drum majors, Troy McRae and Hunter Clifton. Is the band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the Songs of Sequels.
I've done never saw the movie, but I know. I didn't know they saw it. Yeah, I thought he was. Well, I guess they sung it in the movie. Because it's got like 5 minutes. Oh, okay. I'm exaggerating. 5.
That's because I put the commercial in the wrong one. Should have just been one. Should have just been one commercial. The rest of the kit. I had to. I accidentally put that long commercial in the row with. So it should be fine. You should be able to hear the band. Yeah, and you're like 30 seconds. Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce our 2015 Homecoming Court. First, we'll have our freshman lady, Miss Emma Burlington. Emma is the daughter of Hobie Burlington and Lori Williams, and is being escorted today by her parents, Hobie and Lori. Emma is the freshman class vice president, a member of the track team and the cheerleading squad. Next, we have our freshman forward, is Brandon Johnson. He is the son of David and Crystal Johnson. Brandon is being escorted this afternoon by his parents, David and Crystal. Brandon is a member of the track and football teams. He enjoys working with his parents at their landscaping business. Our sophomore Duchess is Miss Macy Hayes. Macy is the daughter of Chad and Megan Hayes. Today she is being escorted by her father Chad. Macy is a member of the softball team. She enjoys playing travel softball and spending time with family and friends. Christopher Lombardi is our sophomore class duke. He is the son of Michael and Gail Lombardi. Chris is being escorted by his parents, Michael and Gail. Christopher is a member of the football team. He enjoys lifting and playing football. Our junior class princess is Natalia Kogan. She is the daughter of Robert Kogan and Mary Cintron. Natalia is being escorted this afternoon by her parents, Robert and Mary. Natalia is a member of HOSA and TSA. She enjoys going to the gym and spending time with family and friends. Junior class prince, Mr. Braden Swain. He is the son of David and Amanda Swain. Braden is being escorted by his father and mother, David and Amanda. Braden is the junior class president, a member of the mock trial team and Take Two drama. Braden enjoys performing for Boston Point players.
And welcome to the Sellout Concepts halftime show. That was your Sussex Central Band doing some of the halftime festivities here and at Sussex Central High School for their homecoming.
The 2017 candidates for King and Queen.
So let's talk about some halftime stats here.
Gabe is the son of Myron and Sarah Brown.
Dan scored 13-0, but halftime stats. It looks like the score could be even worse.
Absolutely.
Henlopen being held 28 total yards, 23 on the ground, 5 through the air, and the 1 turnover. And Sussex Central, 216 yards, 210 of them rushing with the 1 turnover. I mean, lucky this isn't a runaway game already with that big of a difference in the offensive stats.
Absolutely. Well, when you 3 and out, it's hard to get anything going.
Right here, score 13-0 at the half, folks. I do have some couple out-of-town scores on our Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Not a lot of action going on here. Rare to play Saturday in Henlopen Conference, but I have a couple upstate scores. Archmere, halftime, 41-0 over Red Lion. William Penn in the 4th quarter leads Delcastle 55-0. Boy, it's been blowout week.
Yeah, it is.
Been a lot of running clocks. And big Division I game. The Hodgson Silver Eagles, they knock off St. George's 41-7. That's a final.
Wow.
That's your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Our score here, 13-0, is we'll be awaiting the announcement of the homecoming king and queen.
I wonder, St. George's, those growing pains coming up and playing with the big boys.
Yes, so did Hodgson. Hodgson also had to move up this year. Both of them were Division II. And look, Hodgson, 7-1. Okay, they were Division II last year, 5-5. Didn't make the Division II state tournament, and now they're probably a tournament team. So, folks, we're going to cut away while we wait the announcement of the Sussex Central homecoming king and queen.
Our candidate is Marissa Anderson. Marissa is the daughter of Tyler and Dawn Anderson. Marissa is escorted by her parents, Tyler and Dawn, and by her friend Taylor. Marissa is involved with dance and theater. Marissa is planning to attend the University of Delaware and be a psychologist for children.
Oh yeah, Isaac!
Our next candidate for Queen is Amani Biles. Amani is the daughter of Maurice Biles and Alicia Weaver. Amani is being escorted today by her uncle, Prince Gordon. Amani is a member of the track team. Amani plans to attend cosmetology school and open her own business. And our final candidate for Queen is Natalie Oldham. She is the daughter of Jeff and Nicole Oldham. She is being escorted today by her parents, Jeff and Nicole. Natalie is a member of the varsity field hockey and softball teams. Natalie enjoys spending time with friends and attending sporting events with them. Her future plans include a degree in forensics and a master's in chemistry. And a special thank you also today for the Mounted State Troopers for today's escorts. It is a tradition at Sussex Central High School to crown the king at our homecoming dance this evening. If any parent would like to take pictures of the crowning ceremony, please be at the high school by 9:15 p.m. And now we will crown the 2017 Sussex Central Homecoming Queen. This afternoon, the Queen is being crowned by Haley DeSales, Homecoming Queen of 2016. Our Homecoming 2017 Queen is Miss Natalie Oldham. Congratulations, Natalie, and thank you for joining us in our annual tradition at Sussex Central High School. We hope to see everyone at our dance tonight to honor the King, Queen, and the homecoming coach.
There's your homecoming queen, Natalie Oldham, daughter of a friend of mine, Jeff Oldham, retired state trooper. She's down there in the blue shirt. Penn State guy.
All right.
He's a Penn State guy.
Yeah, it's funny how all those Penn State guys are coming out of the woodwork now that they're nationally ranked, number 2 in the country. Oh, tired of hearing it.
In about another hour and 12 minutes, we'll be kicking off that Ohio State Penn State game. So we got to run the ball, run the clock here. I got like a 10-minute drive home, and I want to catch kickoff at Ohio State Penn State, which I doubt's going to happen, but I'll get to see most of it. So, folks, we're going to take a commercial time. Yep, we're going to be right back with the second half of today's game between the Sussex Central Gold Knights and the Cape Henlopen Vikings. Sussex Central leads 13-0.
Okay, folks. It's a tough act to follow, but we do have the 50-50 ticket. The 50-50 ticket winner. They collected $276. The winner will get $138. Building suspense. Oh, this is an easy number. You can have the blue ticket. Just get the red ticket. Your red ticket, and the number is 236-9-0. Did you win? Did you win? Let me see the ticket. Michelle's coming up here. We'll tell you that she's parked out there in space number
in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade meals. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. That's Fish located on
$138. Congratulations. Anything you want to say?
Beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon.
She's so gracious. So gracious.
Stock camera from Solo Concepts. Come check us out.
That's Fish Camp.
Winners of the Eagles tickets will soon be announced as well.
In Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere.
The Eagles, of course, have already claimed to already won the Super Bowl this year.
Local crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish.
You'll have a chance to watch the future.
Locations in Bethlehem, Delaware. See you soon.
Welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Folks, today's game, Sussex Central leads 13-0.
You know, the kick return team seems like it's been out there for about 10 minutes in position, just staying around. Wow, the Central guys are still.
I want to congratulate the homecoming queen. Yeah, and Sussex, Central just didn't come back on the field, so.
That was not very nice.
There we go. Third quarter action about to begin.
For about 17, 19 years. Anyway, kicking off with the ropes. Back deep for the Vikings.
Here we go. Second half underway. High kick to about the 15, 16-yard line, taken by Ashby. Slows up as he hits the hole when he's going to push the pile and get it out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, where Cape Henlopen is going to take over first and 10 at their own 36. So, again, and a late flag on the play.
Those late flags are always bad after the whistle.
Yeah,
that means a lot of yards.
It's going to be 15 yards one direction or the other. They're saying it's against Cape.
Ooh.
So you get the kickoff, you get decent field position, and see what penalty we have here. Unsportsmanlike on the Vikings.
Oh.
That's 15. That's going to take the ball back to about the 21-yard line. First and 10. We're Cape, so usually somebody said something.
So the ball will be spotted at the
So 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Not what you wanted to start the second half off with, a big penalty.
And Coach Golick wants to know what happened.
Coach Golick, what number? What number?
Yeah.
That's what he's. What's the number? Who's that on?
There we go. 3rd quarter action about to get underway. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Jones under center, and it's going to be a handoff to Colby Wright, and he's going to hit the hole and push the pile.
Oh. Ball was on the ground there.
Yeah, there's a Sussex Central player holding it too. But it's going to be Kate Ball. Gain of 4 for Wright on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 6 at the 27.
Ball is spotted at the 26-yard line.
Under center, nobody in the backfield. They're going to flood with flood this right side with Ashby on the toss, and lift up by the ankles.
Zach Dale just didn't hold the block long enough. I mean, I know that play takes a long time to develop, and he had some room there, but Zach Dale just needed an extra second or two to hold that block. I think they could have broke that for some extra yardage.
3 on the play brings up a 3rd and 4. Right in the backfield. Look for that quick out. And he's got a man over. I think we no pass interference.
No pass interference on that. Wow. You didn't get a
no call. Barnes.
No call, but he's
talking to the official.
He's got his hands out like,
you know. Interesting. Double coverage he had to throw into. There's only man open.
And I'm surprised. I just again surprising the pass call plays from Cape just surprised me with the freshman.
And 4. And
guys trying to run off the field.
Dale back to punt. Good snap. And he gets off another boomer. Spiral down to about the 28 where it lands. Taken by Barnes at the 20. Dances around, and he's going to be brought down by Ashby.
Good coverage that time. I think that bounce helped the Cape guys get down the field.
81 Ben Weatherby on that tackle too. So Central has to punt on their first possession. Or Cape has to punt on their first possession. 1st and 10.
On their own 23-yard line.
You know, they just went
at their own 28.
They just went kind of backwards from a penalty and just didn't recoup from it.
There come the Knights. Break the huddle, come to the ball. Barnes under center. Curtis M. Morris in the backfield. It's going to be Curtis up the middle. Has some running room. Trucks a defender, and he has a 1st down.
I feel like every time today they've run that play, they've gotten 10 plus.
Ball out to the 43-yard line. 15 on the play. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10. And off to Curtis again. Right side this time. Tackle made by number 25, Kevin Williams.
Josh McMahon is at safety right now, and they moved.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up a 2nd and 5 for Sussex Central.
Yeah, Ashby's at corner now.
And they made that move back right before the end.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to stick with it. I thought that was just a...
2nd and 5 for Sussex Central. Barnes under center. It's going to be a handoff to 20 Zion Reed off the left side. And that's just a great form tackle by number 16, Malachi Jones. Just a nice open field tackle.
Yep.
Picks up 2 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 3.
Witherspoon had his head in there too.
Ball is right at the Viking 49-yard line. Sussex Central have it third down at about 3. Curtis and Morris in the backfield tonight. No, that's not right.
Curtis again up the middle. He's got the first down, hits and spins. 84, Josh McMahon made the initial hit.
Cape looked like they were splitzing the C gap, and Central ran through the A gap.
Ball marked at the 42-yard line, gain of 7 for Curtis. Curtis having a game here.
Yeah.
Down to the 22-yard line of the Vikings. Sussex Central. First down and 10.
Ball at the Cape Henlopen 42-yard line. Hand off to Morris. Turns it back up the middle for some running room.
Ball is loose.
On the ground. That's going to be a fumble.
Picks up the fumble.
And Zach Dale gets the recovery. Cape Henlopen, they get a break.
Yeah, big break. You know what they say, when you keep a team around,
you don't let them hang around.
You don't let them hang around.
This is going to be 1st and 10 at their own 33. $8:10 to play here in the third quarter. Jones comes up under center, right in the backfield. Ashby goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to right up the middle, and he's going to twist and turn and pick up about 3 on the play. Gain of 3 makes it a 2nd and 7.
You know, Colby just isn't keeping his feet moving. Kind of first hit, kind of stopping and twisting.
Right.
As big as he is, keeping his feet moving, I think he'd probably be getting a lot more yards.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings. And it's going to be right again up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4. Give him 4 on the play.
Pick up another 3. Down 4 for Vikings.
3rd and 4 at the 40 for the Vikings.
Coach Collins is pounding the middle. We're going to play defense. Chicken barbecues now marked down to 6 towers. Chicken barbecue.
And it is worth every penny, even though I paid 8.
Yeah, Dan got a little bit of the chicken there at halftime. And there's going to be a quick pass out to Dale. And Dale's going to
late flag.
2.
There's a hold. He got him from behind.
He's short of the first down.
Yeah. I thought it was closer to a first down, but
I did too. It was going to be a hold anyway, so.
Yeah, but big difference in,
sure,
you know.
Yeah, you get difference between 3rd and 11 and 3rd and
9. You know.
We saw in the first half a little there in the second
quarter. You know, and we had kind of that issue last night up at Caesar Rodney, and I think there's no hashes on the field. There's no hash marks. There's no ticks. A little bit tough for these officials because, you know, they're trying to walk it off. Everybody's a little different in their steps. So
it's going to be 3rd and 14 at the 29. Dale and Ashby come out slide to the right. Purnell goes in motion, drops the wedge, going to roll out.
Come back.
And he's got.
Come back.
Oh, pick! That's number 15. Yep. Ryan Evans on the pick.
I don't think that's a flag. I think the official was just marking where he went out, I thought. Well, no, now he's standing by the I thought he stepped out there.
That's what I thought he went out.
Yeah, I thought he just didn't mark it with his hat. He marked it with the flag. So they are.
The flag's back here at the 22.
At the
Yeah, I thought that's where he stepped out at.
Pushing the back on the turn. So they get the interception.
Yep.
With a penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Sussex Central.
You know, that's and Ashby not working really well with a freshman because he was wide open and didn't cut off his route and come back. They gave him enough cushion, and then forcing the freshman to try to force that ball to a different receiver, and you saw the result.
Right. 1st and 10 at the Cape Henlopen 32 for the Golden Knights. They lead 13-0 here in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be Curtis up the middle. And he picks up yards down inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line.
They're going to start wearing them down in the trenches there.
Gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1. Barnes up under center. The other Barnes split wide to the right. There's going to be a handoff to number 21.
Blockers in front of him. Wow.
And he's got a flag. He picks up the first down. Looks like he picks up about 7 on the play. But then we're going to have a penalty flag. So it's either going to be a clip, blocking the back, or a hold. And that's a hold on.
Yeah.
Sussex Central.
Little tough when that play takes a while to develop. And you got to keep your guy, and it's kind of tough to.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. The 29-yard line. I'll be you damn, this sun is starting to drop right into this window.
Yeah.
Making it a little difficult to see. And that's going to be Shepard again. Oh, hit. Taken away by Colby.
Colby Wright took the ball right away from him. Wow.
Number 42, Colby Wright. Cape Henlopen ball, 1st down. He hit him, stood him up, and just took the ball away from him.
Absolutely. You know, the running back tried to spin, and Colby just held on and came away with the football.
So that's 2 big breaks Cape has gotten here in the 3rd quarter.
And that nullified the turnover.
Right.
I mean, you know, that's a wash now.
Right.
Because you're right about the same spot in the field where you were when you turned the ball over. So
1st and 10 for Cape Henlopen. Purnell comes in motion. It's going to be right off the right side. He's got some running room. Tripped up by number 2, Barnes. And we have a flag.
Another flag.
Penalty flag on the play is we all live in a yellow submarine.
Dead ball. Hands to the face on Cape Henlopen.
Again, every time you get, you know, you get a 5-yard run, and then but you get a 10-yard penalty. It kind of negates, and you know, you just keep going backwards.
Penalty is hands to the face against the Vikings.
5-yard penalty against the Vikings. That brings up a 1st and 15. And we're going to have a timeout, Cape Henlopen, and we're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back with more 3rd quarter action.
Sussex Central alumni Alumni Association is a gathering of people who want to continue the tradition of being a gold night after graduating from Sussex Central High School. The association will provide you an opportunity to network with student spirit and help encourage students to stay up at SCHS, as well as the surrounding community. We'll be establishing scholarships, assisting students with education fees, helping families in need, and bringing our community together in spirit of supporting all Alumni Vikings. Our mission is to support, promote, and enjoy the Sussex Central community. We also like to provide social events in which former schoolmates can reconnect. We need your help to make this happen. We have a strong group of founders.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. The Vikings coming in off a timeout. First and 15 after the penalty. 5:16 player in the third quarter. Jones is up under center. And three-step drop, throws it Ashby, and incomplete. Going to bring up a second and 15.
That's a loss, because that was behind the line, so that was, he lost, no, this is a loss. Yeah.
What a fumble.
Yeah, they called it a lateral, yep. Threw it behind the line.
That's a loss of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a second and 20.
Keep just going in the wrong direction.
Second down and 20. That's just a guess.
Second and 20 here for the Vikings. It's out to the right. That's the bubble screen with Dale. Dale catches it. Gain of about 4 on the play.
You know, some of those seniors need to just calm the quarterback down in the huddle. He's thrown a couple of bad balls. Now he's just throwing another one. He needs to just relax.
Right.
And someone needs to calm him down.
Third and 16 for the Vikings.
He's starting to overthink himself.
That's what freshmen are going to do in
this
situation.
Exactly.
And, get him in the huddle. It's still in a 2-score game.
Yeah. You're in the game.
Drops back.
See, right there.
And he's got Ashby in double coverage. That's going to be incomplete.
Ashby never, he stopped running.
That's going to be a lineman downfield. About where it was going. Face mask.
What?
Face mask against the Sussex Central Golden Knights. Looks like a 5-yarder.
Gets him a little closer.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Ball was spotted at the 33-yard line.
Tell you what, the ref on this side of the field is having a pretty good game. Third and
hopefully they talked to him over there when he was on the sideline and calmed him down a little bit.
Right. And it's going to be Jones rolling out to his left under pressure. He's going to tuck it. Gain about 2 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 10. Tackle made by Eskridge. And be the Vikings coming on the punt.
I don't understand the play call. I don't. I mean, I understand it, and that's the play you want to call, but you called it the wrong side of the field. How can he throw the football?
Yeah, he's rolling left.
He can't. He's rolling the wrong way to be able to throw the football. Man.
4th and 10.
Vikings are loaded punt formation.
For the Vikings, Dale on the punt, back deep, Barnes.
I think Dale is keeping this game close because he's booming these punts.
Right. Catches it about the 20. And
he ran into his own guy. I think that was his brother.
Nah, that was number 17.
No, 17.
Isaiah Blake, and he's come up.
Good, because he's holding his hand. Thank goodness. 17's holding his hand. He got it jammed up pretty good.
So, folks, it's time for our 302 Sports Trivia question. Which former Henlopen Conference school won a Southern Division title in football? What former Henlopen Conference school won a Southern Division title in football? Answer coming up at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's your 302 Sports Trivia question. What former Henlopen Conference school won a Southern Division title? Joe Booth working on it over here. Correct. Former. First and 10. Barnes under pressure. He's going to be wrapped up by number 56, Jack Whittam. First and 10 at the, that's going to be a 2nd and 17. Loss of 7 on the play. Back to the 23. You can answer me on Twitter, Joe. Joe Booth working over here. He is saying it's Lewis High School. And Tommy Marble's taking Milford. That's Curtis up the middle. And he's going to take it out to the 35. Gain of 12.
Picks up about 9. That'll be 3rd down and 5.
I'm getting all kinds here.
Got our referee on the clock. He says it's Dover Air. Yeah. Coming up at the beginning of the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5 for the Knights. Curtis off the right side. He's on the first down and more. He's got some guys chasing. He's going to take that inside the 20, and Ashby's going to run him out of bounds. Big gain. 1st and 10.
He just
he had Lyman catch him.
Yeah. he's running out of gas. He's had a great game.
Ball down about the 15-yard line.
And that's what that trap is. You just keep banging, 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 and then boom, it goes.
Gain of 30 for Curtis.
Picks up 30 yards.
1st and 10
Down to the Viking 15-yard line.
for the Vikings. Back in the red zone, back in business are the Sussex Central Golden Knights.
All day. See what they can do here. Handoff goes to Reed.
It's going to be Reed on the carry. I believe the ball went to the turf.
They were saying the ball went loose again. The Cape players were saying it's their ball.
Second down as the Golden Knights retain possession.
2nd and 5. Gain of 5 on the play.
But it looked like number 5 from Cape.
Aiken came up with the ball.
Aiken came up with the ball.
Ball under 2 minutes, 2nd and 6. They have a gain of 4 on the play. Ball at the 11. Curtis up the middle. And tackle's going to be made by number 16, Malachi Jones. Takes the ball down to about the 6-yard line.
Pretty close to 1st down.
Gain of 5 on the play.
See where they mark football.
The ball at the 6. 3rd and 1 for Sussex Central.
McMahon was in on the tackle. Watching Curtis again in the backfield.
And that's going to be Barnes.
I think he put the ball on the ground again.
Gets the 1st down, but he stops short of the goal line.
I thought he dropped it.
I did too.
I thought he put it on the ground.
Fast,
Yeah.
like on his own. So the ball goes down to the 3-yard line. Gain of 3. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Barnes picks up 3 on the play. And it's going to be Morris off the right side. Touchdown, Drew Morris at the end of the third quarter. Sussex Central goes up 19-0. Drew Morris, second touchdown of the game. Tommy Marble saying, Mr. Touchdown. Chorus by Joe Booth over there. On the kick is Bullock. Kicks up. It's good. Sussex Central takes a 20-0 lead. Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout, and we'll be right back with the fourth quarter. And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Sussex Central leads 20-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. And we're going to need shade up here. That sun starts to set right inside the stadium.
This is number 6.
On the kick, number 6, Junior Cruz. And he kicks one down the right side, inside the 10. Taken by Purnell at the 6-yard line. And picking up some blockers at about the 30, 35 to 40. And taken out down by Barnes. And
that was a great run.
82. And Moyer. So Cape and Henlopen will start first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Their Vikings take over fourth quarter. Start of the fourth quarter. They trail by 20.
Unfortunately, Cape's not a 3-touchdown team.
No,
they just haven't been
on a good night. Ashby goes in motion. Ashby's going to take it on the sweep. Cuts it back up inside. And he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 for the Vikings. Ball at the 49-yard line.
It's going to be Aiken coming back on the counter. Wrapped up by 17. Blake. No gain on the play. They'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Good job of the defense. They stayed home. They didn't get sucked in.
3rd and 6 for Cape and Henlopen.
3rd down and 6 for the Vikings.
Aiken comes in motion, and Jones is going to roll out. He eludes a man. That's going to overthrow.
Yeah.
Number 8.
He got whacked. He got whacked when he was throwing that. A little slow getting up.
4th and 6 at the 49 for the Vikings. On the punt comes Dale. 10:31 player in the fourth quarter. Back deep is Barnes.
Back deep is Isaiah Barnes for the Knights.
See, this is a good spot on the field. Dale could pin him back.
Right. Yeah,
the way he's been booming it.
Low snap. And he's going to get it off. This is going to be a floater this time. Bounces inside the 30. And it's going to be down around the 28-yard line. Coach will stay right here on the change of possession. The answer to today's Henlopen Conference trivia question. What former Henlopen Conference school won a Southern Division title in football? 1979 Dover Air Base Falcons.
Oh.
1979. The Dover Air Base Falcons were the Southern Division champions.
The clock official hit it. Got it right.
Yeah, our clock official up here got it right. The Sussex Central takes over 1st and 10. In the shotgun with Barnes.
Oh.
And he hooks up with his brother, twin brother. Gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 4.
I'm surprised Coach Wells is putting the ball in the air. You're up by 20, 10 minutes left, just grind it down.
Right, Sussex Central, they're looking to move 7-1. I tell you what, they're going to have a tough one next week because Caesar Rodney's playing the best football they've played in several years right now. We talked about that up a score in junk time last night, but their starting defense hasn't been scored on in 11 quarters now. And that's going to be Barnes with the first down.
Couple flags.
But that's going to come back as we had a man thought about going to motion and then froze.
That's going to be a real good game next week.
I believe so. Not sure. The game might be down here. Illegal procedure on the Knights. It's going to bring up a 3rd. Correction, 2nd and 6.
I tell you what, this offensive line for the Central Knights is, that's what a wing team offensive line is. They're small, they're quick, and they're getting the job done.
Barnes on the keeper. He's going to have a loss on the play. He's going to lose about 4 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 10. At about their own 29-yard line, 34-yard line. 3rd and 9 for the Golden Knights. They lead 20-0, 8:40 and counting here in the game. Looking to move to 7-1 on the season. Barnes looks over the middle. That's picked off by Ashby. And Ashby's out of bounds. That's the 2nd pick for the Vikings. So if this is a Sussex Central offense tuned up for next week, the Caesar Rodney defense put up a lot of passing yards.
Nope. Because they were pretty opportunistic last night. Had a pick 6 last night, the Caesar Rodney backfield.
Yeah, Julian Trammell, our player of the game. Ball looks here at the 23. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Vikings looking to punch one in here. Best field position they've had of the game.
Yes.
Hands off to right. He's got some running room. And he's going to pick up about 8 or 9 on that play.
I think that's the longest run of the day for him. I would keep in general. I don't think they've had anything.
He's had some 6s and some 7s. Yeah, he's been the workhorse for Cape Henlopen. It's going to be a pickup of 8 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 2. going to be right up the middle. Spins, and he's got the first down.
Kobe just doesn't keep his feet moving for a back that's 240 pounds.
He looks to spin and break away. Yeah, we've seen when he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, he can move the pile. First and goal for the Vikings. Ball on just inside the 10.
I think he needed to take some notes from the central fullback.
Yeah,
he did a great job of keeping his feet moving.
It's going to be right again, dancing in the hole, pushing the pile forward. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5 on the play. Sussex Central says they had to fumble, but
they're calling him down.
Ball moves down to the 5-yard line. Pick up a 5 for right on the play. Second and goal from the 5. So Bill Collar looking to ride his big horse into the end zone here as they trail 20 to 0. Going to be right again off the right side. And picks up about 3. They'll bring up a 3rd and goal.
I don't. Again, I'm not following the logic. Your success is in between the guards. Spin there. Stay there. Here's your big horse. Get it and punch it in.
A gain of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 2. Call that ball at the 3, gain of 2.
Late.
And it's going to be Jones on the quarterback sneak. Touchdown! The freshman quarterback Jones gets the TD.
Hey, you know, it had to be a sneak, or it was going to the kid running in late.
Right.
Those were the only 2 things because they already broke the huddle by the time the guy got in there.
I believe that's Jones' first touchdown of the year, isn't it?
I think you're right.
5, I believe so. I believe that's his first touchdown of the year.
And here's where the kicker for Cape had problems getting it in. Let's see.
No, he's had 1 other TD this year. Jones, that's his 2nd touchdown of the year. My correction.
No good.
That's no good. So the score holds 20 to 6. We'll be right back after this. Timeout. 2nd touchdown of the year.
The score. First quarter goal line 20. Kick over Viking 6.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our great little food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of fro2sports.com.
And we're back, folks. Sussex Central High School, the Golden Knights lead on their homecoming, 20 to 6 as Cape Henlopen just scored a touchdown with Sam Jones, the freshman quarterback.
Top Cape, we got onside here.
Yeah,
you got 5 minutes left in the game, almost 6 minutes. So
5:57 to play, 20 to 6. Hunter Simmons on the kick.
Nice send in the hands, team.
So we'll see here.
And there
it is. Oh!
It's the bounce, and going to be recovered by number 17, Josiah Blake. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
Just too much leg. Too much leg kicking out. It went too far. We saw a perfect one last night with CR to open up the second half. It just kind of died at 10 yards. The ball just boop.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, where the Knights will take over.
And after that
touchdown, but Sussex Central less impressive here in the second half than they were in the first half.
And I got to believe that I don't think we see the ball in the air.
No.
The rest of the game for Sussex Central.
Keep it between Curtis and Morris and Barnes on the keeper.
Yep.
And it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Curtis. Pick up 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7. So the Knights, if they can get out of here 7-1, they'll travel to Camden next week where they'll take on Caesar Rodney, a big Henlopen North showdown. And, like we talked earlier, Caesar Rodney's showing some great defense over the past 3 weeks. Their starting unit unscored upon in 11 straight quarters.
Which team carries more weight for that game? Who's it more important to?
I think it's more important to Caesar Rodney. I don't think they can afford another loss.
Right.
That's Barnes hands off to Morris. Loss on the play. And he's going to be down, injured on the play.
Right. I don't think they can, because that would be their 4th.
Well, what CR has to do is they have to mirror William Penn. So if they can just mirror William Penn, they should outpoint them into the tournament. Morris not getting up on the play. So we're going to take a quick time out, folks. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Solo Concepts. I'm Ronnie Triple from Papa Grande's. Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's, overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
Next round of applause for Drew Barnes.
Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Solo Concepts.
I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware.
And welcome back, folks. Jordan Morris able to walk off the field under his own power.
Big 3rd down here.
Third and 7 for the Knights. Hand off to Curtis, right side, breaks the tackle, steps out of another one. Aiken's going to trip him up. That's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Seems like every time today that the Knights have needed a 1st down, no matter the yardage, they've given it to the fullback, and he's come up big with a tough run.
So 1st and 10 for the Knights on the Cape Henlopen 47. Barnes under center, Curtis in the backfield, double wing motion, and hand off to Curtis off the left side. Got some running room, and he's got enough for a 1st down. Ball down to the 33. Pick up a 14 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Yeah, getting back to the tournament, I think 8-2 gets Sussex Central in.
Yeah.
6-4 may not get Caesar Rodney, and they're going to want to look at 7-3, and they still got Central and Dover in a big rivalry game. Anything can happen.
Right.
Barnes under center. And handoff again to Curtis up the middle, pushes Pyle, and he'll pick up 5 on the play.
I think Central has the easiest schedule with River last, which is,
give him 4 on the play. 2nd and 6.
Like Alabama playing a cupcake before they go play Auburn. Right. Getting that kind of like that bye before the playoffs, and. Cape tough to remaining too. They are at home for Dover, and then they travel to Tech.
Dover, a team that lit up Polytech last night, 42-7. That's going to be a counter back with Reed. He's going going to be close to a first down. Pick up a 5 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
I think Dover's getting fired up because, you know, they're getting ready for the
big Civil War.
Yeah.
Game's been moved to a Thursday night because there's no school that Friday. A couple games got moved up. 3rd and 2. And hand off to Curtis again, and he's going to push the pile. He's got the first down. Curtis has been the workhorse here in this game. Ball down to the 19. Pick up a 6 on the play. 1st and 10.
If he continues to have the ball down the field, takes it down to the 20-yard line. As Justin Elliott is getting ready to lead the game.
1st and 10 in the red zone right at the 20-yard line for the Golden Knights. And it's going to be a handoff to 21. Shepard. Wow. He's got some running with the block. Oh, he takes it down to about the 2, maybe the 1-yard line. Enough for the first down. They're going down at the 1. First and goal at the 1.
2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the ball game.
I don't know, do you take the penalty and then start taking a knee? They do have 2 timeouts left, but there's 2 minutes left. Cape can't score that quickly. So, but they're punching it in.
Off the right side, touchdown for the big guy. He caps off his day with a big touchdown with 1:50 to play.
I think we just watched our player of the game score a touchdown.
Yeah, I've been looking at his stats. I'm like,
yeah.
Golden Knights on the kick.
As much as I would like the whole offensive line for the Sussex Central Knights, because they without them, he doesn't have the day he's having. Yeah.
It's good. 27-0 or 27-6 for the Golden Knights. And folks, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back with the final minute 49 of today's game.
Fish on and Lewis in the village of the Five. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, downtown Rehoboth, serving all meals. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour. Master's Dance located on Route 1 in Northwest Beach. That's the same. So now we've leaving beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Welcome back to Sussex Central High School, folks. Benny Winslow here with Dan Messina. Dan, we've talked a lot about Caesarati and Sussex Central next week, but we're going to be down in the town, too big for one state. We'll be in Delmar next week, myself and Sean Brennan. Milford, 5-6-2. Delmar, 7-1. The Henlopen South title is on the line.
Big matchup there.
Big Southern Division matchup. The Knights on to kick off. Lead 27-6. And he's going to kick it through the end zone. Cape Henlopen takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Minute 49 to go in the game. And it looks like Sussex Central is going to move to 7-1 on their homecoming.
Yep.
They went out at 9-1. They could very well be off week 1 and have a home game in the semifinals.
They definitely are playing for a bye.
They're going to have a home game. They're going to be one of the top 4 seeds in the store unless they stub their toe. But they haven't had a home game in a couple years now. They've supposed to be that. Malik Aiken off the right side. He's got the first down and more. He's going to pick up about 14 on the play. Bring up a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Yeah, keep in no hurry.
14, ball spot at the 34-yard line. First down and 10.
Yeah, Cape will have their final home game next week against Dover.
And they go to Sussex Tech
and
for the battle Route 9.
Yeah. Coach Collick's final game.
It'll be his final 42 years coaching football. Bill Collick will be retiring in 2 weeks.
Until we get to August.
Ashby. And he's got a 1st down. Tell you one thing about Ben Ashby. We watched him at Smyrna. We watched him at CR. No matter what the score, the kid never quits. He never quits playing football.
His motor's going 100 miles an hour. It doesn't stop. That's why make the kid waste all that energy trying to block an extra point?
Right.
Just take him off the field, let him catch his breath, and, you know.
1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Sussex Central 46-yard line.
And we'll see what Coach Collick's doing come August 15th when his wife gets tired of him being there already and kicks him out.
Pick up of 11 on the play, ball down to the 35. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Where's this been? Coming up off the touchdown and now just driving the ball down the field.
It's the second team defense too, so.
Aiken maybe a yard on the play. We go to 2nd and 9.
Yeah, about a yard maybe.
Under a minute to play. Homecoming. I believe I was told in the press box it's the 50th homecoming of Sussex Central High School.
Wow.
Enjoying the game.
Yeah,
well, you know,
Joe Booth was here for all of them.
You know,
but did they have a homecoming?
You know, we are undefeated again. The home team is undefeated when we do a homecoming game.
Yes,
3-0.
Yeah.
3-0. For those going to Vegas, we're 3-0 on the homecoming games.
Folks, that's it. Final score: Sussex Central 27. And Cape Henlopen 6, folks, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with the Citadel Concepts post-game show with Benny Mitchell and Dan Messina. Folks, stick with us. We'll be right back. And we're back at Sussex Central, folks. It's time for our Louis Pizza Player of the Game. And our Louis Pizza Player of the Game from Sussex Central High School, number 8, J. Ron Curtis. Dan, talk a little bit about this kid and the game he had today.
He had a phenomenal game. It seemed like every time they needed a 1st down, he got it for him. They gave him the ball. He was a workhorse today. Scored a couple touchdowns and carried it. He carried it.
Number 8, J. Ron Curtis, your Louis Pizza Player of the Game. So let's talk a little bit about some high school football coming up next week. 7-1 Sussex Central is going to go up the road. It's a bit of a rivalry game with Caesar Rodney. Of course, anything in the Henlopen Conference is a bit of a rivalry in the Northern Division. So Sussex Central is going to go up 7-1, take on the 5-3 Caesar Rodney Riders. And I would say 2 weeks ago, no problem. Sussex Central rolls in that. The CR team we've seen the last 3 weeks, this is going to be a ball game.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you, because when they came in, we did the Cape game, and they came in, it was, them and Cape were very equal. The stats, everything, and it was that slow moving train, get them going, and then all of a sudden their defense woke up. They hadn't given up. I really don't count that garbage touchdown they gave up last night, and so they really haven't given up a touchdown since the first quarter of that Cape game. Their defense is firing on all cylinders, and the offense is moving the football. They're putting up some points.
Now, myself and Sean Brennan, we won't be there. We'll be in the Southern Division. We're going to give the Southern Division some love next week, as we're going to be down to Delmar, where the Milford Buccaneers at 6-2 will travel down to Delmar to take on the 7-1 Delmar Wildcats. And myself and Trey have been talking all year about Delmar. This is a team a lot of people are underestimating, and not only are they getting underestimated, Delmar might have to win out or win the conference, make the tournament, which means they have to win out.
Right.
They have no Division I opponents on their schedule. They're not getting a lot of bonus. So they might need 9 wins to get in.
They might have to, and Milford is coming in not needing that. It's not as important. I mean, it's a big, huge game, but I think they're going to get in. It's more important to Delmar than it is to Milford.
Absolutely, yeah. Milford should get in unless, again, they lose that. They have Lake Forest, and that can always be. Again, another rivalry game, and a lot of things can happen. I think Milford's the better team. I think Milford wins, but in Division II, I don't bet on anything. That division, those guys just get after it week in and week out. So that's next week's game. Milford at Delmar will be our 302 Sports. At least our South play of the game. I don't know what our spotlight game of the week will be next week, but definitely we will be down in Delmar for that one. And then coming up playoff time, we got week 10, which is rivalry week, and then we're into the playoffs. But very impressed with Sussex Central here in the first half. They came out, they played great defense, they played great offense. I thought there was a letdown in the second half by Sussex Central.
Yeah, it's homecoming, a lot going on. You had some players involved in the parade and all that stuff going on, and there is a lot going on. But they were able to hold on and pull away.
So, folks, that's a wrap from Sussex Central High School. The Golden Knights are good on their homecoming, 27-6 over Cape Henlopen, as Bill Collick walks off the Sussex Central field for the last time, and he'll walk off his home field for the last time next week, and then he goes back to where he came from, at Sussex Tech, right before he came to Cape. Can't say enough about that man. Lots of respect. 42 years of coaching, Hall of Famer, just an all-around great individual. And then, of course, then the big question comes up in 3 weeks: who takes over?
Right.
Who takes over at Cape Henlopen?
We'll be talking about that until they fill the position.
That's right.
We'll be talking about that. And back to Coach Collick and his records. Coach Wells has had his number.
Yes.
Since he's taken over here at Cape.
Well, in the last 11 years, 9-2. Sussex Central is 9-2 over Cape Henlopen. And Cape seems to get them when it's a surprise.
Yep. Well, last year was it? They beat them with a field goal. Yeah, and that was huge. So they just had their number here. So and he's going in. Dover also kind of iffy, but he's had Tech's number.
With the exception of the Kanai Kane year.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think everybody had issues
for the
with
Blue
that.
Hens. So, folks, that's a wrap from Sussex Central High School. For Nick Halliday up in Wilmington, for Trey Mitchell on the camera, Dan Messina, my partner today, and I'm Benny Mitchell. Folks, have a great sports weekend.
Have a great night.
First aid